Hey, good morning, Nord. How's it going?
Going well, going well. Hey, Money.
Right, early, ready for a Friday? Wrap up the weekend, or start? Sorry, wrap up the week, start the weekend. So
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, wrap up the week. It's been a hustle. We've had a few things shuffle up, and but it's good. It's all good. A lot of good conversations and some updates here for everybody.
sweet. Well, if we can, if Lanzer makes it or not, we can probably get rolling.
Sure.
So, all right. Well, welcome to the Super Phoenix Sports Space. We are a little different time today. We had some flexibility and such. I kind of like the Friday wrap up. So we'll probably keep trying to do these on Friday as we move through the two different seasons, tournament seasons. But we have Nord here with myself, Money, and we're chatting on some updates. Lancer may be joining us later. We'll see if it fits in his schedule or not. But yeah, we've got some pretty. Oh, apparently he's in the audience. If we can get him up here.
Sounds good.
I'm not seeing him on my side, but maybe
Uh,
when he.
nope, not yet, not yet.
Interesting.
Um,
X is always has a mind of its own sometimes, so he may need a cycle off and back on, might trigger it. So
yeah, no worries. Yeah, and I appreciate the flexibility as far as the time goes. I know it's easier to keep things consistent, but as we'll kind of talk about here in a couple minutes. We got a bit of a kind of some promotions, sort of a road show, if you will, going on, and so that's part of the reason of shuffling today. Is we've got some other events that we'll be doing with different guilds and whatnot. So
great. Yeah, I think that's I like that the day. I think flexibility is good too, and honestly, earlier it's probably a little better for our different time zones, Europe and such, to catch this time as well. So maybe opens it up a little bit more. So see, he is cycled through. I still don't see him on my end. Weird.
nope.
Interesting. Well, some of the, I think the big thing that we wanted to start with is just we're adjusting the dates, right? So we've had some
Yep.
discussion, and it sounds like the decision was made, and we announced it to racers yesterday, I believe. But I wanted to let you share about that and maybe share some of the logic and reasoning and what we can look for.
Yeah, absolutely. And so again, kind of, definitely appreciate everybody hanging with us here and kind of working through it with the schedule change. Originally, we were putting this all together kind of end of year, right after the new year, and we're targeting February 1st to start launching the seasonal racing tournaments. And we are pushing to get on track as best we could. I think a lot of the operations team and as far as the ability to do the live stream, we're 100% there. Like that's looking great. The quirks that we've had is good and bad, as in Star Atlas themselves, the game devs had made some updates near year end to the game, which some of it is awesome, right? The track looks great. They've done a lot more polish on the kind of the Unreal Engine 5 kind of full immersion part of the game and finished a lot of the what was sort of gray boxed out a bit. So all that stuff looks really, really good. But in that interim, obviously when you do some patches and you do some updates, there's always going to be a glitch here or there. So we found a couple of quirks that made it a little bit tricky for just generally being able to manage the people in the server and the kind of stuff we needed to do. So we're getting a little unsure about the stability there for a week or so. So that was part of it. And then the other part is we've been working to get the new website kind of up and running so that everyone can get in and, be able to place actual bets on the races that they want to, if they want to. And that's been coming along really, really well. We just need a few more days here for kind of final polish and a few edits from the dev team. So again, I'm sure we could have pushed it and still had it ready to go, this weekend, but I think it would have been really, really tight, and we probably wouldn't have been able to do the kind of outreach that we're looking to do over the next few weeks. So all those reasons combined, we've basically postponed the racing season until March 1st. But again, feel really good about the ability to just provide a much better experience for racers, for users, for spectators, all the way around. And as a matter of fact, literally, I don't know, about 10 minutes before this call today, I was actually chatting directly with the developer team over at Star Atlas, and they're on top of it, which is amazing. So they're already putting through a couple of updates and a potential patch per our request to get us some of these tweaks and updates as far as the game goes. So I feel really confident that we're going to have all that ready to go well before the March deadline, and then that way gives us time to get out there, talk to people about it, get people informed as far as how the website functions, what the racing setup's going to be, and just have, like I said, a much better, I think, user experience kind of all the way around.
Yeah, I think that definitely, that was one of the things that I was mentioning this to Lanzer last night. Just I like that the Star Atlas, we have this direct connection with the Star Atlas team, that's doing the building, the dev work. They're putting in an effort on their side to, to work with us and to help us make this a good experience for
Mm-hmm.
not just our users, but their users, their gamers, their community members, and that's a great cohesiveness to see happening. So we definitely want to shout them out and appreciate everything they're doing to help make this, be accommodating. I know it's tough when you're building something and it's in an early stage, and you're working through, one thing you fix sometimes breaks another thing, and there's all these little components you have to work on and such. So I know it's a lot of work on their dev side, and we do appreciate that because we're wanting to make a great experience for their community as well. So I was impressed to see how quickly they are getting on things and helping us and being accommodating and working with us. So that's been a lot of fun to see.
Yeah, completely agree. They've been extremely supportive this go around, which is great. And like I said, I think it's just going to be a better experience for everybody. And I really do think this gives us a great potential to introduce, new potential players and new potential users to the Star Atlas ecosystem who maybe maybe a little bit familiar but haven't played recently or haven't tried it out yet at all, or just kind of may happen upon it, based on hopefully our live streams and kind of getting that stuff out there. So I think it's all good, all positive. Yeah, we're just kind of wrapping up, like I said, some of the final touches and some of the polish on it. And then being able to probably tweak a little bit of our operations too to make things a little bit more streamlined. I see that Lanzer's here now, so I don't know, Money, if you want to that is a segue there. I'm sure he can
Yeah, I
speak.
don't think I can add him up. I think from the
I
speaker spot.
am up.
Oh, you're up. There we go. Shoot,
I'm not sure the wizardry X spaces, but
you made
for
it.
some reason I had to switch from my phone to the desktop, and I'm on the desktop now, and that seemed to work. You can see me. I'm
I
not
can see you.
ghost. But I don't
Well, hey,
think I
we'll
have much
transition.
more to add from what Nord just said. Nord, you didn't even need me. You just went through the whole thing right there.
That was it, huh? Wow, this is gonna be a short one today.
Yeah. Most of what you said, I mean, you got like 90% of it right there, which was we encountered some things that made rescheduling the 2026 February season to March for Star Racer, and there were some game fixes that we requested that need doing, some server stability that the dev team's been working on, and uh, the dev team committed. You
Mm-hmm.
mentioned to addressing the spectator camera and/or photo mode. Not sure which one, but whichever one they end up fixing will likely be the magic bullet for us. And some other small things like leaderboard, or kicking someone from a private match. Some of those things that when you're running a tournament become important for being able to really give a production or a high quality tournament, make it worth watching and make it enjoyable for not just the players but the viewers and the team itself. So that was the big one, and then the marketing, and then the outreach. We we felt the strain last time for Clash of Titans. It took We were like a week away, and that's when we really were in a position with all the graphics and just the amount of work that needed doing before we could really lay into letting people know about what it is we're doing. We kind of felt the same thing this time. We had so many things that we were doing for the season that by the time we finished them, like the graphics, the roster, we were a week away from starting, and it just felt rushed again. So this time we decided to flip script. So we gave ourselves another month to really settle in with what are we doing when, and trying to get as many people on board and knowledgeable about this as possible.
Yeah, I
I
think that
landed right there.
Oh, there you go. There, you cut out a little bit towards the end of your
Oh, did
sentences.
I?
It's like it kind of fades out a little bit. So, but
Oh
yeah, I
dear.
think I think it's great to have that extra time to. I mean, it makes the production even better with the adjustments. The team was having to try to figure out the best way to make it all go fluidly through as for live production and such. So I think the more time is better as we adjust to the new updates to the game as well. And servers have been improving. We're seeing the things that were maybe stressors early on as we prepped for this time around. They're getting addressed. So it definitely helps that production be even better. So I definitely am excited to see what that, the benefits of that. It's not really, I don't know, necessarily a later start, but maybe a bigger, better start for us by going to March.
Yeah, that's absolutely what we're going for. Is we could have started on time. It Things came together in the past 3-4 days where we could have started, but and this time, giving ourselves a month, it gives us the opportunity to do it bigger and better, and still refine our process over the next 30 days to really be ready for what's now going to be March 1st. That's the first Sunday of March. So we'll start the tournament on that day. And then we'll be into it. Star Shooter, which is our big FPS tournament, that'll be March 29th, which is the last Sunday of March. And so we'll have 4 weekends of Star Racer in the regular season. And then we'll have the inaugural Star Shooter, so similar to Clash of Titans. And after that inaugural on the 29th, then we'll be looking to start the regular season for Star Shooter. So all we really did at this point was go from a big inaugural racing event to a regular season racing event, which are smaller, more consistent, and then sometime down the line we'll do a big championship tournament. But for Star Shooter, we haven't started it yet, so that's going to be a big event, and then we'll start the regular season where we do weekly stuff. So the goal there is to have weekly Star Shooter, Star Racer, regular season events, and that's what we're building. And we're giving ourselves another month to make sure that it's better than what it is right now. Did it come through okay?
Yep, got that at the end there.
Right. I was really up against the mic that time.
Yeah, I think that all makes sense. I mean, a little more time allows a lot of different things to happen. Part of that, and Nord, you teased this at the beginning, was the roadshow aspect. You want to share a little bit about what is the roadshow and what are you targeting with this?
Yeah, absolutely. So, kind of to tack on there, what Lancer was just saying is that, the team has done a phenomenal job of getting everything lined up for, the live stream and kind of the content we'll be putting out and the overall experience and, functionally managing all the racers and the brackets and the systems and all that stuff is amazing. There's still a critical piece though. You can build an amazing thing, but you got to let people know about it, right?
Yep.
And so with
exactly.
the roadshow
We learned our lesson last year.
Did not give ourselves enough time to to kind of raise the alarm bells or blow the horn there. And so this also gives us a bit more time to do that. So as a matter of fact, even so, like today, starting this afternoon, I'll be going and kind of sitting down and doing AMAs, and Lancer as well, if you're able to, time dependent. We do
a whole day off for you, Nord. I'm ready.
Look at this. All right. So yeah, we'll be jumping in and doing some AMAs with different guilds and different teams. We're starting within kind of the Star Atlas ecosystem because obviously that's where a lot of this is all kind of generated from. That's the core audience. And so we have time scheduled already with guild organizations today, tomorrow. We'll be doing our kind of regular meeting on Sunday. I've got meetings with influencers right away then picking up on Monday, and then more guild and team organizations into next week. So this is going to be pretty consistent moving forward here. You'll just start seeing a lot more and hearing more from us, either in those individual communities who hopefully are kind of following and paying attention a little bit here and there, but then also getting it out to a little bit wider audience, like I said, with some of the kind of influencers in our space and kind of the Solana gaming ecosystem. Solana Gaming, the organization themselves, is looking to help support us here in the next couple of weeks with some live stream promotional stuff, and then even Star Atlas themselves, getting us into their own Discord and being able to get some of the info out as we get a bit closer to that March race time frame. So we're kind of trying to hit the entire gamut of, the larger Solana audience, the larger Star Atlas audience, and then right down to the individual, guilds and teams themselves, and just making sure we kind of talk to people one-to-one as best we can and answer questions and hopefully get folks interested and involved and kind of go from there.
Yeah, we think we have a winning package here. And by winning, I mean we have a well put together team. We have a great team. And the team has put together a wonderful showing, a tournament, a process to make it to where when you're watching the tournament, it looks great. We have our stuff down, and we have the players who want to play. So all we need now is to connect that third piece is the viewers to watch, which we ended up doing great last year when we made top 1% of the Twitch streams for the month of December, when we broke something over 70-ish viewers across YouTube and Twitch. And so there's clearly the day of, we were phenomenal. It was just a matter of doing a better job of spreading the word and really enabling those partnerships where everyone can enjoy watching, playing, participating, whatever your interest is there in that. And that's what the roadshow is Nord and I, mostly Nord, because he's much better at this than I am. But just the awareness, we want you all to see what we built. We think we built something awesome. And if you're of the PlanetSide 2 variety, it's very much similar to PlanetSide Battles. Or if you're in Eternal Crusade, which was Warhammer 40,000's kind of push into MMOs, then Eternal Battles was the organization that did that for it as well. So it's like ESPN and NFL put together, and that's what Super Phoenix Sports does. It's Star Atlas right now, but we're also looking into other games. So if you have a spectator camera and that's something that you are really interested in showcasing for your game, then we might be a good fit for you. So we're excited. I think that's probably what it is. I'm excited. No one's excited. We're all excited. Money's excited, and we want to do this. We want to push it out and make it available. How about that? Did I market it enough?
I'm feeling the hype. I dig.
I'm generally not a hype person, but this is exciting. I'm generally pretty low energy, which is why Nord I think is way better, and Money is like an expert at this. But I can't stop. Like, we put together a phenomenal team. Morango, one of our casters, is in the X space right now. And Borden Ape, I see you. Don't think I'm a fellow ape, by the way. So I was involved in ApeCoin DAO as a voter and a co-author to an AIP. So like I'm just the organization piece is there. Now we're pushing it out consistently, and we think it's worth watching. I'll land it right there before I keep going. I'm excited.
Love it. Well, from my perspective as well, we talked last night a little bit, and it is exciting. There's a lot of opportunity, and I think it's a great platform that Nord and you have built here to be able to just showcase what Star Atlas is doing, and potentially what others are creating too. And that's
and you
a great
too,
thing
Money.
to have.
You've helped build it as part of the team. I don't want to sell anybody short on the team.
It's fun, man. I enjoy it, and I told you last night too that I was like, I'm playing the game now. I was up doing some racing last night before bed. And like all of a sudden it was 1 a.m. I'm like, I should probably crash, but it's a lot of fun. So it's fun to showcase that. So get that out there.
I too was racing, trying to create a video for the dev team so they could see what it is we were asking for. Man, if I had known that you were racing, I would have invited you to the match, and we would have co-made the video together.
We both could have gone flying off the map together for the video. Would have been great.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, good times.
So yeah, it's fun stuff. And so from my perspective, we've been going out and we're looking for partners to work as sponsors and to include in this, to share what they're building and such. And I've had a lot of conversations this week with different groups, and some interested, some are waiting to kind of see, some it's not a good fit, and which is fine, And I think that there's a type of sponsorship available for any size of project or company or brand and such. So I'll be reaching out, but if you know somebody or if you're interested, feel free to reach out to any of us here on stage, and we'll connect and we can chat, because we'd love to share what you're building with our community, and we'd love to share our community with yours. So there's a lot of crossover that's available, and it's more about connecting right now for the sponsorships. It's more about building some bridges with people and to share what's happening over here with people. So I just want to invite anybody that's listening, if you're interested, reach out to us. We've had a lot of fun discussions and a lot of cool ideas of ways to do that. So and then it's not necessarily just strictly Web3. Web2 and Web3 have a lot in common, and there's a lot of crossover. And this is kind of, I feel like Star Atlas is where those two areas meet: gaming and crypto, right? So,
Yeah. In a word, growth. We're open to many, many things. We're looking to grow. And if that means sponsorships, advertisement space, if we're building a professional product, we have built a professional product, and growth is what we're after. We want to make this available far and wide. We want many people to participate, and we all win in that case. It's kind of like a rising tide raises all ships mentality for us. It's a win-win.
100%. One of those partnerships that we worked on or had developed this last week was we submitted to the Star Atlas DAO, which we have you and Marangos here are both council members for that, and we were approved for both Iris bounties. We'll have to make some date adjustments, I think, at the next meeting for that and update the DAO. But so we just want to thank the Star Atlas DAO for kind of working with us to get that through, and for the first event as well. I know you worked on that, getting that through as well. So just a big shout out to the DAO for that.
Disclosure is Morengo and I recused ourselves from the voting because we're involved with the team, right, but also we're council members. So yes, there is an overlap there, but we did recuse ourselves, and the other 3 council members did vote in favor of the application because we did everything we needed to do. We went through all the check boxes and the checklist to ensure that we abided by the rules. We submitted on time, and they thought it was something worth approving. I wholeheartedly agree, although I'm biased in that case. So
definitely, and shout out to Winston for working with me. It took a few applications in, but we finally got it locked in right before the meeting. So I appreciate him reaching out to me and us working through that to get that in. So that's exciting. It's like we just said, it's nice to have components of our community working together on this. It's not necessarily even a financial thing. It's more like we want to do this with the Star Atlas staff. We want to do this with the Star Atlas team. We're all kind of in this to produce this. So it's a lot of fun to see that come to fruition.
Yeah, they did approve both applications, or all 3 of our applications. The last year's tournament, because there was a little bit of a gap, postponing in the application for our December one, but then the 2 that we just submitted for the Star Racer and Star Shooter, both of those were approved as well.
Awesome. Well, yeah. I think those were the major things. Did you guys have any other topics you wanted to hit on?
If Board and Ape wanted to come up on stage, or Morengo to talk anything and answer questions, I'd happily do that with them. And if not, then I have everything I'd like to talk about. Nord?
Yeah, much the same. If you got any questions, that's great. But otherwise, I think we've covered most of the background and the updates and stuff for today. And yeah, I would just kind of echo, what everyone was saying is, we're moving forward. I think the production value is going to be phenomenal. People are going to be really impressed with what we're putting out. And even in the, the theme of the sponsorship stuff that you're kind of talking about, money, it's early days, right? We're right at the very beginning. We're about to kick off the regular season here in a few more weeks and start moving forward. And so building those relationships and reaching out is awesome. And that's the best way to kind of get this stuff going. But, fast forward a few months and we've got this regular, stream that we're putting out, and you start to snowball attention on that. I don't think we'll have any issues at all. They'll be beating down your door in a few months.
Love it. That's
Absolutely.
it's a great opportunity if you are building something to connect with us, and likewise. So I'm looking forward to those conversations, and
Yep.
look forward to hearing about how the road shows next week too. We'll follow up. We'll probably target Fridays. It seemed to be a good fit. I think overall it's nice to kind of wrap up the week. So we'll target next Friday, and we'll get that posted out there for everybody and give you updates and let you know how the week went and any new updates from the team. I think one of the nice things about a little more time is we should see or it gives a little more time for those that are competing to keep polishing up on their skills as well. So obviously the racers have been racing a bit. Maybe we will see a little more from the shooters side of things and let those teams get building those that cohesiveness for themselves as well. So maybe next week. I don't know. Have we announced prizes yet for Star Racer? Are we holding off still a little bit for that?
In general, we've got the prize packages pretty much worked out. It's going to be, let me think here. So for the actual racers, because we're kind of doing, I don't know, it's a little bit of a hybrid, I guess. The first 2 weekends are effectively going to be kind of the qualifiers for new racers who did not participate in kind of the original tournament.
Right.
So those folks will be kind of battling it out for, again, some of the racing related NFTs that Star Atlas has, right? So we'll be offering those up for prizes for kind of out of every four-man race, there'll be 2 winners. And so just in those 2 weekends, the 2 winners from each of their races will get an NFT as the winners for that. And then they'll kind of roll up into more of the kind of finals for that season, right? Which get into the playoff component in those finals, which are the last 2 weekends. And that's where we bring in some of the previous racers that were finalists in the last go round to kind of compete against them. And then in those 2 rounds, we'll be giving out cash prizes again. So I'd have to look at the exact number. Say it's, $250 or $500, I think, in the third weekend, and then like another $500 total prize package for the final, for the final 4. So that kind of a breakdown. We'll have it all put together and publish it well in advance. But yeah, we'll absolutely be having a combination of NFTs and cash prizes. And then on the other side, for folks who will be checking out the website and placing bets, you'll be able to kind of make your picks as we follow along through the tournament, rather than before it was kind of all one shot. Now as those semifinals are kind of happening the first 2 weekends, and then we have the finals in the kind of the playoff version in the last 2 weekends, folks will be able to go in each week and kind of start from scratch, and place their bets on who they think's gonna win in those weeks. And so hopefully that gives people a little bit more time to get comfortable with it, and B, if you just happen to maybe may have a few wrong picks in that first week or two, it doesn't completely mess you up for your whole bracket, and you can kind
Yeah.
of follow along and kind of make picks going forward as the tournament plays itself out.
Great. A lot of fun. A lot of fun options, which we chatted a little bit last week about too. So it's yeah, it should be a lot of fun. So we're looking forward to it. I think nothing else left to cover, so we'll head on out, and we'll be back next Friday. Reach out to any of us if you have any questions or interested in connecting about the events. And yeah, have a great weekend, guys.
All right. Thanks, Money. Thanks, Lancer.
Super Phoenix Sports. Yay!